$20 from Jake Odie, donating $20 not just to cancer research, but also seeing the glitch showcase in Paper Mario. It's my wife's birthday, and that's the first game she completed, so I would love to add a bit more fun to the run. Happy birthday. Another anonymous donor donates $30. Had to donate during the Castlevania run as it was the first game that I ever saw speedrun. Shout out to the tech team. $10 from Light Crown. Aloha, keep up the good work, guys. You're a credit to the gaming community. Looking forward to Mirror's Edge. All the best from sunny Scotland.
Oh, just like, yeah, that's good.
$50 from the Strict 9. Always love AGDQ. Would love to see Pokemon Blue Glitch Exhibition.
So what is the world record? It's still
34.
No,
13.
32. No.
Oh, for any person?
Oh, it's right.
Yeah, hard mode, I think he has 34-13. Pretty sure that's his time.
Oh, wait. Before I start, so we're good? Everything's good? All right. Just to clarify, some of the viewers might not know that this game actually has a hard mode. So when you beat the game, after the end credits, you can press start at the end, and it'll start you at the beginning. And that's the start of hard mode. What I'm going to do here is, well, I'm going to check my controls, because I'm crazy. And
yep, face buttons for the sub weapon is the OP thing to do.
For the start of this run, I'm just going to use a password to take me straight to hard mode.
Yeah, that's the only effect of the password, is it just takes them directly to hard mode.
It's a hard password, too. All right, Joe, you can count me down.
All right, Just Defend. Good luck, man. I give it to you. This is crazy to do in a marathon setting. So with that being said, 3, 2, 1, go. Super Castlevania IV hard mode. So in terms of sub-weapon, the cross is going to be the most prominent thing in this run, similar to any percent. One of the main differences between any percent and hard mode is that just about every enemy he's going to encounter is going to need to take more hits, and there's going to be a lot more of them in general.
Yeah, so like in any percent, you'd be damage boosting off most of the enemies in this screen here, but because there's more of them, there's some that he just has to kill instead of jump on top of and let the knockback move him forward, because he'd die if he did it to all of them.
And another thing he needs to do is be careful of his cross count as well, because there's just so many enemies that he needs to destroy with the crosses, and you know there's only limited candle drops, so he has to be careful of that as well.
It's a common misconception that the enemies do more damage to you. That is untrue. That's a mistake.
Man. That guy is a troll,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that guy's only there in hard mode.
Yeah.
And he takes 2 hits instead of 1, like normal.
So now that I've got my nerf sorted out for dying already, so
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, the enemies do not do more damage to you, and not all the enemies take too many hits. The bats, for instance, only take 1 hit, thankfully. But these statues, they take 4 hits, and they're a pain to deal with. They're like everywhere in the stage as well.
Yeah, they're really placed in some inconvenient spots, like that one. That one's a lot of casual people are gonna die to that bone pillar a lot of times.
So like in any percent, one of the goals in the stage 1 is to get the cross and then a triple shot. It lets him have 3 crosses on screen at once, which is how he just moves safely, and then also gets quick kills on bosses.
Well, I think you can tell us a little bit about the story of this game.
So, every 100 years, Dracula revives himself and pretty much tries to get his revenge back on the Belmont family. Unfortunately, As you can see, he hasn't really been that successful.
Yeah, the main character for this for this game is Simon Belmont.
Yeah, this is pretty much like a remake of CV1, I guess.
Yeah, Simon's going to Drax Castle to kill him and save Transylvania. And that's it. Enjoy the music and the graphics.
And it's really fortunate for us that all the boss fights are the same as usual. They don't deal more damage, nor do they take more damage. So.
That's really cool.
Or have like special new attacks like Mega Man 10 hard mode or stuff like that.
I made a few mistakes in that stage. I didn't get the triple shot, so I'm gonna have to pick it up somewhere in this stage.
So unfortunately wasn't able to get a Triforce pose.
Yeah, no swag, unfortunately.
And the way the sub-weapons work, you see in the right corner of his screen, there's like a Roman numeral 2. That means that he can have a maximum, at the moment, of 2 crosses on screen, or 2 of whatever sub-weapon he has. And there, he just got the triple shot, so he'll be able to have 3.
Yeah, you have to make sure that your ammo is up to 8 in order
Yeah.
to pick up the upgrades. So.
That and killing a certain amount of enemies will, in like any candles that have the small candle drop, it'll spawn the next sub-weapon upgrade.
And like I think one of us said earlier too, ammo management is very important in this run just because of there being more enemies and them taking more hits. You just need a lot more hearts in order to be able to get through these stages quickly and safely.
Indeed.
While still having enough left to kill the boss too.
There's also something, I'm sure you guys can notice it, but this game is, it has a bit of a problem with lag. And there's a lot more lag strats than you think we have. There might be some things you might not, it might not be clear to the eye right away of why. And if you're thinking like that, it probably has something to do with reducing lag. And along with that, there's just plenty of situations where you can't reduce lag because you need to, kill all the enemies as fast as you can.
That's a tricky section.
Very
right
nice
there.
section there.
And then the hardest boss
yeah, now
fight
say hi to
in
Medusa.
any video game ever.
And say bye to Medusa.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
The pose. I dig it.
So worth pointing out here that in a normal run you would just walk right through that hand, which steals any hearts. Well, not any, but it steals some hearts and then falls off. But there's something unique to stage 2, where because you don't have to collect an orb, which counts down your score in hearts to finish the stage, you actually get to keep any hearts you have left and carry them into stage 3, which is what he's doing as part of his route. So he had to avoid that hand in order to keep his hearts.
You might have noticed I got petrified by Medusa earlier. That was, if you're still in attack animation, when you get petrified, the whip is considered still active, so I get to deal more damage while I'm in the air.
Yeah, it pretty much just unlocks them.
Oh, nice.
Project Man.
Squadron of...
And
Yeah, nice little swarm there. And of course, nice little bone pillar at the end there.
yeah, that's why I
Just top
save
it off.
most of my health for the end there, because I like to take a damage boost at the end.
So
there.
stage 3 is very difficult in hard mode.
I love the music in this stage, dude. It's probably some of my favorite in the whole game. 3-1 and 3-2
Yeah,
in particular.
likewise. But there's a lot of bone pillars in 3-1 that have 4 health instead of 3, and then the mudmen, which have random movement patterns, also have more health.
And how about, I forgot, none of us introduced ourselves. Let's start over there.
Sure, I'm Poexel.
This is Lil Dingus. I'm Joe D'Amelio.
And I'm the Mexican runner.
And obviously just defends the man in the hot seat.
I'm doing pretty good here on health. There are a couple damage
Yeah.
boosts. Okay, sorry.
Really nice 3-1.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, there are a couple damage boosts here that I'm going to do.
Yeah, that one's a nice boost. That skips like the whole section over there. That's probably the most time-saving boost like in this whole area. And there's another trick he's gonna do here.
The ring glitch.
Oh, let me see. All right, so he's gonna go the other way around. All right, if you go up, yep, the ring glitch. There you go.
Nice.
If you jump up, and pretty much like to put it short, if Simon's head is like above the ring, you can press the whip button and then the down key, and Simon will just like it depends on his angle too, and like what frame you press the down key on as well, in which direction he'll kind of spring out.
Yeah, doing the whip ring glitch there skips a pretty significant chunk of platforming in 3-2, and even if it takes multiple attempts to get, it'll still be faster than going the intended route.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice boost.
The eye boost. Yeah.
This part's always quite scary because your health is generally pretty low and you have to fight a bone dragon.
Yeah, block 3-3, like whether it's normal mode or hard mode, it's really, really tough to go through.
Two trolls here instead of one.
I did a little glitch there where you can whip and throw the sub weapon at the same time.
Yeah, if you press the whip button and then the sub weapon one frame afterward, he'll like whip, but you'll also see like the cross animation happen and they kind of throw both at the same time. It could be really useful in some places.
Nice.
Yep, that one's really hard to do.
Yeah, he also did a despawn on another bone dragon that was supposed to be where he was jumping up through, but by not killing the first one.
Yeah. And if that bone dragon ends up being spawned, we're all very sad people.
Yeah. The boss of this stage are the Orphic Vipers.
Yep.
There's only 2 of them, so say hello to them.
This is another boss fight that.
Very nice.
Wow.
There you go. That's awesome.
It can get really laggy, that boss fight. But
Pretty much, if you don't kill him immediately, you're gonna have trouble.
Yeah.
The hitboxes,
Huge.
you don't even notice, but the hitboxes are like really, I can't even explain it. They're just like there, and then it's just not there for a while, and then it just is there again.
So stage 4 I've always kind of thought of as being in the game to show off the power of the Super Nintendo, just because this was a very early Super Nintendo game.
Absolutely.
I got good RNG there. I want that skeleton on the left, excuse me, my right, to throw a bone at me so he damage boosts me to the
Wow,
left.
that guy wasn't having it.
No. Anyway. This is a pretty tricky section. There are a lot of bats here. And
Yeah, there's a lot of
Very
precise
nice.
jumps and whipping there to try to avoid the bats. And here we have
Here we got,
Power Seal.
Yeah. And
Is he your
See ya.
grandfather or something?
next time.
this is the rotating room. So if you have any donations, glad to have
just
you
one-
announce
just
it.
one-
Shout outs to TMR for this.
Yeah, just
The Superman.
one minor thing to note about this room is that he's going to he's going to try to avoid causing lag while he's waiting for these Medusa waves, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so there's 2 ways. One is killing those Medusa heads like as soon as they spawn, or not whipping or doing anything, just standing there as another lag reduction strat.
Yeah. You actually have to stay crouched here. If you stand up, they're gonna hit you, and that's it.
So do you know exactly what is the spawn like parameter? Is like the head of Simon or something?
That's a good. I've always figured like it was his height wherever he is, just like where he is in general.
I think if you
I also
if
found
you
it-
jump, I think it spawns them higher.
Yeah, I found it really interesting when you're in the ring glitch state. When like whatever direction you're facing, the Medusa heads they all go that direction instead of from the left and from the right as well.
Yeah.
And mode 7.
Yep.
Um,
And lots of
You want to
lag.
be very, very specific with your movement in this section. If you're not, if even just one little thing goes wrong, you're gonna get different random spawns, different skeleton spawns, a lot of lag.
Yeah, there is like some red rectangles in the background, so normally those are the ones that the skeletons are spawning. But he got a really good.
And now we got a trick. JD said he was just gonna call it on the spot, but I'm gonna explain it in case he goes for it. There's a zip right here. Oh man. There's a zip you could do like in this spot, and it'll save 9 to 10 seconds over going through the whole auto scroller. It's
It's a ceiling zip, basically, that lets him cut a cycle on these platforms. I mean, it's a really technical and difficult trick, just because you have to set up so that you get hit on the same frame that you get crushed by the ceiling, and then that just makes you zip horizontally through. But if you're off, you die.
I want to mention real quick too, a guy named Scrimp, a tasser of this game, he actually found an even faster zip, but unfortunately for us it is like impossible. But if we could make it RTA friendly, it would save another 8 seconds. So that would be like about 18 seconds over just doing it normally.
I've seen Joe try it a couple times.
I've been close, but never got it.
So Coronat, the boss, is fairly simple with the cross, but what Just Defend is going to go for now is try to do an early grab on the orb.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's all dependent on where the platform cycles are when he kills Coronat.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do with like the platform heights and stuff either. It's either up high enough to do it or not.
Yeah, you kind of just have to hope that you have a good fight, and it just goes your way. That's unfortunate, but yeah, there's not a lot you can do about that Pound Dragon being right there.
The harpies are.
These
I'm just gonna shake my head and leave it at that.
This is secretly the hardest stage in the game, actually.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't that difficult in any percent, just because if you just keep throwing crosses, all of the harpies and flea men die in one hit. But when they take 2 in hard mode,
then it really
that ramps up the difficulty a lot. Fortunately, the gargoyles still die to 1.
There's a few spots the harpies can spawn that they will literally just knock you right in the pit, and there's nothing you can do. Luckily, we didn't see that here.
Yeah, stage 5 has no boss. I mean, the boss is meant to be the timer, because you have a pretty low time limit for this stage compared to the rest of the game.
Most of the time you get to 1 of health and stuff like that, but it's all planned. It's not just just it's taking damage boost to the front to avoid some killing enemies and also to go faster. Some places are safe, some others are not that safe. I'm curious. Shout outs to Blood Breaks who likes this music.
Yeah.
So in this level at the beginning it's not like too much going on apparently. A couple of really well played. Oh wow, those doesn't spawn in any percent.
Yeah, that was a lot of
They
them.
don't. But we're gonna get to.
Oh man,
That's okay.
that's a cool boost you can do up there, but it's pretty hard to do.
Let's get me out of here, please.
All right, let's get you out of here.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of here.
Yeah, so these chandeliers swing back and forth, and he's trying to get through in as few cycles as possible, which is very, very difficult. Like right here, he's kind of in the...
That's still.
Wait, okay. I didn't land there for some reason. Now let me just try to reduce my heart rate a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah, like in a marathon, I think that is like the spot that you get more nervous about because it's so easy to fall in any of those jumps. And he actually did like we will call it 2 cycle, which is really awesome for a marathon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you die in the chandeliers, you go all the way back to the beginning of 6-1. It's a really, really costly death, along with making you lose your cross. Because there is a secret room you can go into right at the start of 6-2, where you can get any sub-weapon you want, which would be the cross, but that's yet more time lost to the death.
Nice bad boost going up there. You use a nice little visual cue for that, and it's really not too bad. And yeah, make sure you jump off of those spike platforms or else you're going right back down.
Yeah, going right back down and back to the beginning of the stage.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit tricky. As you can see, unlike in Castlevania 3, that you need to grab the stairs like from the very bottom. In this one, you just walk up the stairs like in any place as long as you are making a jump and landing in a good place. But sometimes it kind of doesn't work, especially in one of the spikes before. That
Yeah.
wow, it's so easy.
a lot of casual races, you know, their comment has something to do with the stairs being the boss in this game, and I could agree with that. It's actually, most of the time, like, you're pretty much good if you just jump up the stairs, like, as close as you can before latching onto the stairs. Because, I mean, like, while you're on the stairs, you obviously can't jump, you'll just kind of stick there. And that's actually another mechanic in general that's, you know, something you really want to avoid. You really don't want to press the jump button early, because if you do, Simon's going to stick on the ground. That's, you know.
Yeah, actually, if after... Oh, nice.
Nice
Oh, that's
nice
really
coffin
nice.
ring.
Yeah, clap for that. There's only one other person that does a strat like that. It's Furious Paul. And I've tried to learn myself a lot. It's like, no, I'll stick with the easy stuff.
Yeah, so there's more ghost dancer spawns
stage
in this
is enough.
room than in normal mode. But he's looking really good
Yeah,
on
these
health,
dancers.
though, so.
There's a lot.
Depending on how many hits he took to the coffin ring, the end of that room.
Red
can
is
be
Scare
pretty
and Paulo
scary.
Ghoul.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, guys, we'll
Say
see you.
goodbye.
That's their actual names, by the way. It's in the manual.
Konami had a lot of fun with their instruction manuals in the 90s. Like some of the stage names in Castlevania 3 are amazing.
This stage right here is
Yeah,
incredibly difficult.
This first screen
Yeah.
of 7-1 is the most difficult part of the stage. 'cause
Yeah, I
of all
mean,
the
look at this.
extra
We're like
enemies.
5 seconds in. There's like, what, 7 enemies on the screen?
Yeah, there's a couple more axe armors too.
Yeah, like that guy.
They need to guard Dracula's castle. Come on, man. It's their job. I like the music in this one. It's like so chill, like
Yeah, it's really nice.
smooth and soft. So
Just relaxing you in time for stage 8.
Yeah, I know, right? The calm before the storm.
That one I might just have to like put my shirt over my head and you can just tell me when it's over.
Okay.
So for that first section of the screen here, the top axe armor will randomly either throw a high or a low axe, and if he throws a high axe, that actually nice.
Yeah, that's a nice song.
yeah,
Sets it up so that you can do a damage boost onto one of the floating books and save a bit of time, but he got the low axe, so he wasn't able to go for it.
For that book jump he did, you pretty much have to be standing on like the last pixel or two of the book, and then there's a few frames where the platform's going back up and you can jump and make it to the other side there. Saves 3-4 seconds if I remember right.
yeah, around 3 seconds, I
Yeah.
guess.
That thing you just killed, don't let that stay on the screen.
Yeah.
It's gonna, you're gonna have a bad time.
The whole reason that snake is in the game too is to lag it.
Exactly.
Nothing else.
It's
The
really
lag worm, as we call it.
It is really impressive, like how quick you can kill the bosses with the cross.
Yeah.
It's like you just see the bosses like for 2 seconds and that's it. Except this one. This one is he has an armor.
Sticks around a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. You can like stack the crosses together, so if they hit an enemy at the same time, they're all gonna do damage.
Nice
so-
fight.
Yeah.
Good stage 7. All right, now for stage 8, or as runners of this game call it, stage hate.
All right, can I like actually cover my face because I don't want to look at
We
this.
got you, Joe.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough stage. A lot of hazards, a lot of things that can kill you, a lot of spikes that one touch you dies.
Just tell me when it's over.
Yeah.
There is one important difference between the Japanese version of this game and the US version. In this one, we have like acid. In the Japanese version, they put blood. Those things that you see green, like in the bottom, like water, that was in the Japanese version as blood. So it was like censored the US version. Nice.
Oh man. All right. Well, I tried to do an eye boost there to get me up to there.
Fortunately, if he fails the eye boost, there's meat. He probably didn't even see it because he collected it so fast.
Yeah, and there's like a weed right on top of it. So it's a little precarious.
So
If
special,
anything in this stage, the music is really good.
yeah.
So he's doing a despawn there. I believe we're waiting for the acid drop ahead to spawn, so that'll prevent the second bone dragon from spawning.
So there, especially the first screen is one that is very tough to clear, and well, he did it really good. Yeah, we're kind of.
That first part is.
You'll be closing again for
can't handle
Vegas
it.
Bridge, right?
I call it stage 8 for a reason.
I initially called it the torture dungeon. It's the catacombs, but you know.
I don't
All
have
right,
a
that's
special.
a really tough trick
That's
to
a
do
lot
right
tougher
there.
than it looks.
You have to
yeah.
jump through the stairs, and your movement still has to be really good, or else it's gonna take you. Same with all this right here.
Yeah, if he hadn't made it there in time, he could have actually whipped that breakable part of the stairs and used that to get a
If any of
damage
this
boost
movement
through.
is off at all, then you're gonna get knocked back, and things aren't fun.
All right, then up here is what we call the Vegas Bridge. Oh, and that would be why, because
Yep.
And that's the
It's just a
reason.
big gamble.
the cycles on that bridge are random.
TMR made the
Yeah,
infamous Vegas Bridge name.
I just call it like that because it was so random. I never got any consistency there, so that's why. So it is pretty cool. Like all the damage boost, you have a couple of 5 frames, but well, you don't get hit, so you can just run to enemies or pass in this. Well, in some cases, spikes like a. Well,
So what he's doing here too is he's reacquiring his shot multipliers for the cross by just trying to hit as many enemies and candles with it as he can.
Yeah, a double cross before this fight would be good because you can get the triple like really easily in the next stage.
there is the double.
There it is.
Fortunately, it doesn't.
Like
It can
right
float
at
in
the
middle
last
of the
few
air,
frames.
yeah. So here he's going to be using that cross and whip strat to be able to, well, do what he's doing here, basically. It's very cool.
I'm really bad at these orb
All right,
grabs.
good riddance to stage 8.
No, some I really like about Just Defend is that his boss fights are really unique.
Not only Uncle Scrooge has like a gold in his mansion, like in here in Dracula's castle, you have a room full of gold.
It's a nice reward for getting through stage 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, take a bunch of gold.
Yeah, shoutouts to Simon for actually not just taking the gold and going
And just
home
running away with
going
it.
home at this point.
That's the end of the game. You just take the gold at the end.
Yep.
Credits play.
So I know there's a couple skeletons in 9-1 that, depending on their movement cycles, can be pretty big jerks.
I don't like that skeleton. If that skeleton knocks you back, you go right in the pit, and that's all there is to it.
One thing I always liked about the stage 2 is that if you pause the game, the ghosts keep moving too.
Yeah, it's really cool.
There we go.
Oh, nice!
Yo, that's awesome.
I've never seen someone do that in a run before.
Me neither.
But yeah, he went up there to get the rosary that destroys all enemies, just because there's more of them. So that ends up being faster and safer than just going down and using crosses.
Also, you get some meat there, which is really useful to take more damage boosts.
You'll see that I'm like doing a lot of jumping. That's just to cancel out like my landing recovery.
Yeah, there's if you jump more than 2 blocks high, you're gonna get a crouch animation that lasts 10 frames. You can avoid that crouch animation when you land by jumping, but each jump is only gonna get rid of 1 frame of that crouch animation.
Aye.
So,
Okay. Interesting. I wanted to take a damage boost there, but
yeah, the timing for that's actually a bit precise. It's easier than you think to miss it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really hard tricks, and that probably saves like 1 second and a half, probably.
Yeah. Actually, the good part about dying here is you get to listen to this awesome music.
yeah. Say hello to the secret room.
So there's a couple of secret rooms during the whole game, but most of them you don't see them.
I gotta wait in for this
For the
sinkhole to
wind
suck me in.
cycle
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being the first time like, where's the exit? You know, I'm walking left and right and each of us- because you normally avoid those things, right?
So yeah, because of the checkpoint being right there along with that secret room, taking a death on that section isn't too costly.
And we have a name for those guys, but it's a bit of an expletive, so I won't say anything.
Yeah.
They're not good skeletons though.
No.
So we're like at the end of the stage. Here we're gonna have a bad fight. They call bad fight.
So for the first phase, you want to hit him 22 times, but on the 22nd hit, it's going to be around that time where he's going to swoop down at you. You want to get him at a decent level, and then
That's good.
just like that,
Yep.
going to throw your crosses at him. It's going to overlap all of them, hit him with the whip.
There we go.
And he's
Nice.
done. Very nice.
Really clean fight.
Yeah, if you miscount once you do the last hit, sometimes it is a lot higher. So there's
Yeah.
no way you can throw those crosses. And those crosses, as in any boss, they do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So that's exactly why
Because
you
he
want.
basically wants the bat to split at a level where he can throw crosses and start getting hits as soon as the small bats spawn. Because that's when the fight gets dangerous, if the bats get too much time to spread out and start dropping coins that hurt you.
Probably the best music in the game. This one.
Shoutouts to Bloody Tears. But yeah, stage A has more bone pillars, which make this an already fairly laggy stage even more so.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in normal mode, like this creates an insane amount of lag, so just add in some more enemies and I'm
You
sure
have
the
them-
game is like gasping for breath at this point.
And you have the lag master combination.
Yeah, actually, well, we're give a big thanks to a Japanese runner, Hanage Belmondo.
Who was here last year for the 4-way any percent raise.
Yeah, he traveled here all the way from Japan. He's come up with a lot of strategies for this game. Like, I guess Funk Doc is probably the guy who like laid the basics down on the game. Would you say that, Plexel?
Mhm. Yeah, him and Bablo came up
Yeah.
with a lot of the strats a few
Him and
years
Bablo
ago.
really like got the game going, and then Hanage pretty much, really started optimizing things like crazy.
Yeah, probably the current like speedrun way is just thanks to Hanage.
Yeah,
'Cause I know,
pretty much.
I know Hanage took the Slogra quick kill to the next level. Because I think Bablo just had the first 2 cycles mapped out.
Also the death, the quick death kill as well. I think.
Yeah, the death quick pull. It's even faster than the current task as well. This looks this is scaring me. Oh my god.
Nothing like the hard stuff.
Nice.
All
Good
right.
A1.
Yeah, I'm clapping for that.
Alright, A2 is pretty trivial, and then we get the Mummy, who's the most random boss in the game.
All right, so if the mummy spawns in the bottom left or the top right corner, all right,
Alright.
that's actually a good spot. He can possibly get a 1 cycle. And of course, he
Yeah.
does the fireball pattern, which you can still get it. It's not as likely.
Yeah!
You still got it. The cross and whip strategy that we talked about before, pressing whip and then sub weapon the frame after really helps with that fight. That makes 1 cycle a lot,
Easier.
If you
more
get the right
feasible.
spawn, it's not too difficult if he throws bandages, but when he does the fireballs, he lost a bit of time because of getting hit and knocked back, so him still managing the 1 cycle was very impressive.
I got so pumped up that I forgot to get rid of my hearts. So I was
I'm okay with that. So for this bridge here, he's going to be killing as many bats as he can just to reduce lag.
Yeah, it is possible to whip backwards diagonal while still going to the front. It is a little bit tricky, but can save some time.
You also this is like the stage where you really need to be careful of your heart count. You really got to pay attention to what you got, because if you're short on hearts for Dracula, that's not good. It doesn't give you more of a chance of like dying or anything, but you're just gonna lose a lot of time because each cycle in Dracula is about 5 seconds. So
That jump, I swear, is the worst jump.
That's
in
the worst jump in the
the
game.
whole
worst
game.
jump in the game.
Because if you miss it, you're dead. I mean,
Yep.
because you don't get another chance because of the crumble stairs.
There's been plenty of times that any of us have been on pace or even not on pace and we jump up and right through the stairs.
That skeleton that's only in hard mode is a jerk too.
And then you just stand there like a dummy. These blocks have a little bit of manipulation to them, depending on where you stand. But as far as like the actual physical pattern it's going to give you, that's it seems like there's like a few set patterns it'll give in that regard. It's that's kind of hard to explain without like actually showing, you know, not manipulating the patterns.
They went full enemies in this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely not normally. He just made a jump.
Okay.
All right, so Slogra, infamously known as Trollgra.
Yeah. Probably the most difficult of the final 4 bosses.
Yeah.
So he's going to be going for an extremely cool quick kill where he's trying to overlap crosses inside Slogra's hitbox. If done perfectly, you can kill him in, I believe, 7 cycles.
Or 6
cycles.
cycles,
Oh,
yeah.
6, okay. Because it's intended to be like 20 or so, just getting 1 damage per cycle.
We're gonna have to take it a little safe here because he did a lunge attack, which is
Yeah, it seems, it really genuinely does seem random. Like, if you're just in position, you're throwing the crosses at him, he could just randomly just lunge at you and there's nothing you can do. Because you're already trying to set up to hit him with the crosses.
Konami did realize just how difficult that fight is. They give you a lot of meat afterwards.
They made this one a little bit easier.
Gaibon.
Gaibon is pretty
strategy
pretty
here.
trivial if you still have your cross and triple shot.
Nice.
Nice. The little damage he took there was intentional too. It just has to stay over there so he can throw the crosses so it'll just, you know, keep hitting him.
And Death has a really cool quick kill strat developed by Hanage.
Yeah, this one's really nice on the eyes.
So, yeah, so he's doing those first throws for timing. And
Oop, okay. Well, that one's going that direction, but
Yeah, that one's.
we want.
Still
Yeah,
pretty
nice. Yeah.
so what he's trying to do here, oh, we didn't get it.
Yeah,
but
that one.
You can. There's a window where you can jump to
I
the
even
left
forgot.
before you get paralyzed, basically by the block falling cutscene, and that saves about a second or so if you get a jump to the left before movement gets locked out.
Yeah, it saves you a half second. Optimally, you could do it from like the very center of the screen and then jump over, but the more center to the screen you are and not like the more right, the less frames you actually have to make that jump. So normally we like position ourselves more to the right, so just so we have more of a frame window.
Alright, so the optimal Dracula fight is 6 teleport cycles, but there's a bit of luck required for that as far as just where he spawns, because I know I forget the exact number, but every so many cycles
Yeah,
he'll spawn on top of you.
Every 4 cycles.
Yeah, every 4th cycle.
But the rest of them are random, and that affects how many hits you can get with the cross per cycle.
And once Dracula gets down to 5 health, that's when he starts his second phase.
Thankfully, I got some
Yep,
health.
we're good to go.
So here is where the heart count, it really matters because you can kill a lot faster this boss.
And time is when he collects the orb after killing Dracula.
All right,
Nice!
man. What a run, dude.
Die, monster.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna take a random guess and say 36-20.
No way. It's probably like a 39.
Really?
It's a 36-52.
Oh, nice!
Dude, that's the record is held by Just Defend at, I believe it's 34-13, right?
34, 46.
46?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Still
Oh yeah,
amazing.
3513 Pop Docs and that. But yeah, that's a really crazy time for hard mode, and if you want to not even try to beat it, but even get near that, then you have fun with that.
I just want to give my thanks to.
I'll sit here and watch you.
Sure. I just want to give my thanks to Hanagi-san, okage-sama de umaku ishimashita. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you guys for watching.
Let's hear it for Just Defend in Super Castlevania IV. The Castlevania train keeps on rolling. When we come back, Castlevania Bloodlines.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? This is Bro Sencho here talking a bunch. We are coming up on Castlevania Bloodlines, and we have a few donations to read out. For example, $300 from Z 20th Century Man. He says, this donation is so we can all see some great Pokemon Blue speedrunning glitches. Go shenanigans and go AGDQ. Hype. Before we do have the Castlevania Bloodlines, we will be having an interview with Zallard and the Sinister One.
Until it got moved. It got moved to right before Super Punch Out.
JK, it's actually been moved until right before Super Punch Out. So I am a liar here, and I am going to change this. We have $100 from Miss Dragon 01, who says, this Castlevania 4 run is insane. Castlevania block equals best Final Fantasy? Please put this donation towards Poexel's choice, FF1. As you know, we are coming pretty close on several different incentives, such as the Mirror's Edge speedrun. That specific incentive for Mirror's Edge is about $100 away, so please get your donations in if you want to see some Mirror's Edge shenanigans. The Fizzle Show gave $50 and said, Castlevania block hype. Thanks to the runners, announcers, and those who are working behind the scenes to put on another great AGDQ. Shala gave $25 and said, a run of the original Final Fantasy? I'll give to that. Shoutouts to all the runners and AGDQ staff. Keep up the great work. Simon K. gave $15 and said, as I heard the protagonist of Castlevania 4 is a namesake of mine, I finally had to donate for this great cause. Good luck for all remaining runners supporting this amazing event. Greetings from Germany, Simon. Also, as you see showing up, Paper Mario Glitch Showcase is about $535 away from being met. So please get those donations in. Also, you may choose the file name for Super Punch-Out. There are quite a few names that are getting up there. If you see one that you like, go ahead and put your money towards that. I imagine we could be meeting 500,000 by the end of the punch-out block pretty quickly. So get your donations in, get us excited, and be sure to keep watching these excellent runs that are happening.